All right, live here tonight on the Loose Lugnuts Racing League. It's the Abruzzi, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, U.S. Racewear USA Cup Series. I'm Matt Egan, joined by Jeff Wood, Robert Panic, Mattis, and now, as always, over to Jeff Wood for the pre-race show.
Yeah, just getting into qualifying. Hopefully everyone has found their way over here from our usual spot on Max Speed TV on Sundays. Shout out to Mr. D'Amico. Hope he can get back on a less proactive work program out there in Arizona. And we'll see everyone back over there on Sunday. But now over here for ASN, and as always, we're going to get a little bit of time with sponsor. Matt's going to point the camera at some guys and qualify, and we'll talk to that sponsor and see what he's got going on this week. Give me a moment.
Right now, looking at the 60 car, Jeff Merck.
All right, got Judd up here. Mr. Abruzzi Racewear USA, North America, really, Judd. Well, we talked last week as we come back at Indy and first points race of the new year. Talked a little bit about Abruzzi. What's Abruzzi got going on this week?
Yeah. How you doing, guys?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, no, we're Indy was what it was. Tried to make something out of it, so points were good. Texas, this car is it's pretty mint tonight. I think that we'll have some fun with it. Abruzzi's got a new paint job tonight, so I'm going to try to do my best to keep it in one piece.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good there from over-the-top paints and designs. A lot of people moving over to the matte and the chrome and seeing how that looks on their cars. As always, Judd will, advocate for this too. Go check out Abruzzi Racewear USA. You can go on the Facebook, you can go to the .com, you can even go .co.uk and click over and find the American side, products and all. Judd, what's your hot product right now on the website?
Well, believe it or not, we've been doing a lot of boots lately. I think folks are kind of seeing that, we have a standard boot, we have the pro boots as well, we have the karting boots. So our big thing is making sure that the drivers understand that these soles are nice and thin. You don't have to break these in like a pair of tennis shoes. They're not going to stay stiff forever. A couple hours in these, you're really in good shape to go racing. A lot of folks like to run them in their toes, or bare feet and socks and things. And, I was one of those drivers for a long time, and I just took my time and broke my boots in nice, and now they fit like a glove. How does that sound?
Yeah, your boots fit like a glove. Well,
right.
Off the product real quick, the 85, 44, I think the 8, all got some logos down there with the Abruzzi on it. All those drivers out there, what are you feeling tonight for yourself personally, plus the other guys?
Well, I'll start with Daniel. He did really good last night. He had a real good shot at it on Thursday night. I think he just, outwore his equipment a little bit or whatever the case was for the truck. It was a tough ride. Last night, he just kind of drove away from the whole show. But I'm glad to have him on board a little bit here with us. We're still working on the contract with him, but he's going to be around for a while. So I'm excited to, support him as best I can. And Ray's been around with me for years and years, so I'm really happy to be able to give him an opportunity, not only with Abruzzi USA, but also with Sim Motorsports Racing. It's a company that's going to be going live. I think I mentioned them a little bit over the last few weeks and stuff, but Sim Motorsports is a company that I'm affiliated with. I'm the marketing director, the sales director and stuff over there, so it's kind of doing double duty, but besides him, we've got some other drivers that we've brought on board, and they don't necessarily race in the NASCAR world, but they do a lot of work over in Europe and a lot of road track stuff. So we're excited. Abruzzi's busy. We could always use much more. I would love more questions. I would like guys to be able to, get your questions into me. Let me help you understand what's really going on here with these products, because when you go out and you look and you size up the other companies around this world that are doing the same exact thing we do, using the same exact materials that we do, how come my stuff can be sold to you with, it's a small company, we're in-house, we do everything we can to make sure that it stays in-house. And why pay those prices? I don't understand. If you've got to have the name on your glove, okay, that's one thing. No problem. But really, get custom. Gotta go custom. It's the way to go. And they're cheap. I say it that way as far as dollars go, but we will do everything. I have helped so many drivers step up their game. And I'm not saying you're going to win races or anything, but you sure do feel good when you put the boots and the gloves and the T-shirts and the hats and everything else that's going on. We got team wear. We got cart wear. So AbruzziUSA.com. Have a good night tonight, guys. Matt, Jeff, I really appreciate everything you guys are doing. Loose Lugnuts, Over the Top Paints, John, good friend. I really appreciate everything he's doing for us. So let's go have some fun tonight.
All right, Judd Danielson, 85. We'll talk to you hopefully later on.
I'm going for it. Like Randy says, I ain't lifting tonight.
Looks like qualifying wrapping up here with Trey Galgan getting your pole position. Jeff Wood will bring us through the rest of your starting lineup. But what a great run there for Trey Galgan of a pretty good job getting the pole. Wasn't really expecting him to be up front there, but nonetheless, very good job. Very good job in the draft. So it'll be interesting to see how this race plays out. Anyway, take it away with the starting lineup.
Yeah, I'll grab that starting lineup real quick, and then we'll hear from Panic about this setup. Trey Galgan, 29113. Jeff Merck, second. Justin Michael, third. Wes Holland making a return in the Cup car. All-time Loose Lugnut Series winner. Travis Browder, fifth. Brandon Murray, sixth. Zach McSwain, seventh. Mark Jackson, eighth. John Shulcheski in the new number 81 machine, ninth. Trent Drum, 10th. Mitchell Reeves, 11th. Randy Arms, 12th. Smallwood, 13th. Daniels, 14th. Ronald Klein, 15th. Ray Richards, 16th. James Brown, that 00, 17th. Brandon Thornhill, 18th. Brandon Needham, 19th, excuse me. 20th will be Kyle Chadwick. Kenton Richardson, 21st. Tyler Needham, 22nd. Chris Chief Shaw, 23rd. That's the last of the qualifiers. Non-qualifiers, Nick Zontner, 24th. Gilmore, 25th. Aaron Bennett, 26th. Judd Danielson, 27th. Gene Rogers, 28th. Andrew Feston, 29th. John Henderson, 30th. Todd Rodriguez, 31st. And Crandall, 73 machine, 32nd. Shotgun on the field. Well, Panic, we got a different setup here because obviously iRacing didn't get in line to start their new tire model and new season correctly. Whatever the case may be, how's the car looking out there tonight?
Hey, Jeff, happy to be here. Looking at a very sticky car tonight. The 64 degrees here in Texas tonight with an 80-degree track temp, so that means a lot of grip for these cars. Also means a lot of speed, not speed we're used to here in Texas. With the smaller horsepower. Remember, these cars only run 550 horsepower in the mile and a half and up. So look for just a lot of grip tonight till you're in dirty air. When you're in dirty air, the car will not stick wherever the hell you want it to. So have to see what happens.
Yeah, and there's a mixed bag. I think there, Panic, is that we got a ton of guys that could be up front normally, so to say, or we could have them in the back. We don't really know. Really draft dependent. We were talking about dirty air earlier. Clean air and track position probably going to be key. Would you differ from that?
Oh, it's definitely going to be key. I think being the leader tonight is going to be a major advantage. But then again, you never know, because after 10 laps, the tires do start to come, get heat cycles on them and get worn in. You have to actually start lifting here. If you're the first car, you don't have to do that. But in the second, you might have to, and you never know. Could see problems off 2 and 4. Remember, turn 2 very treacherous here in Texas. Flattens out real quick.
Yep. Well, part of the great group of NASCAR tracks now owned by NASCAR, as Matt would tell me during the beginning of this week as one of his fun facts. But hopefully North Wilkesboro could get back on that schedule, at least iRacing side. Here we go for that green flag waiting. Green, green, green. Trey Galgan, Jeff Merck take green flag. Start a 115-lap race here at Texas.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 172.5 miles. They're going around Texas Motor Speedway tonight. They're side by side working into turn 1. Looks like a 150-mile-an-hour pace lap.
Yeah, they're going to be nose to tail. And there's Justin Michael, who needs to bounce back from his Thursday. He's got a good shot here on Sunday, winning races. Boy, they're throwing some blocks. Oh, boy, Trey Galgan looked like he almost pinched the 87 on the bottom.
87 not to be denied will lead lap 1 here at Texas, followed by Galgan, Merck, and Murray, your top 3 or 4.
Yeah, Holland out there on the top side, trying to maybe avoid. He's running a really high line there, maybe arcing it. There comes Browder. Talked a lot about him last week and getting up there with a top 5 at Indy. Ford hanging out on the outside in that dirty air. Inside looking to be key, and Justin Michael now going to look to click off laps.
Yeah, this opening stint with opening clean tires, I guarantee you, Holland is going to be like Talladega. Until he finds a hole, he's going to fall back. And as I said, that he moves up a spot, but definitely don't want to be a car out by yourself in that lane.
Yeah, just in front of him, there's some big shuffling going on beside him too. Browder there, McSwain, Mark Jackson, Reeves, and Shulcheski there also behind the 3 machine. We'll have to pan back with that 091 passing the 4 machine. 3 looking to gather up another spot 2, trying to sneak one by the 4.
Looks like they're going to get single file here. Holland, Mark still on the inside will give way as they go single file through the top 10.
Yeah, little bit of opening there for the 4. Justin Michael still leads. Trey Galgan second in that 49 machine. Brandon Murray, a lot of front running lately for that 2 machine. Let's see the pass for the lead here. Looks like Justin Michael just got pushed out of position there.
Galgan gets a little loose off of 2. That's going to allow Murray to get a run on him.
3-car battle for this lead.
Oh, Murray clipped the
white line.
apron.
Now that started with Galgan, Murray through the grass at Texas. Well, this is he did a smart thing. Looks like he's slowing down, trying for that apron. Keeps it down there. Good job with that 2 machine.
Yes, definitely could have been Tetris. Galgan got a little loose on the apron, clipped that apron. Murray followed him into it, did the same thing. Very surprised that wasn't bigger, Jeff.
No, we were waiting on it, I think. But, that changes the top 3. Justin Michael obviously gets a little bonus of a lead here. Browder moves up to 2nd, McSwain 3rd. Holland 4th, now dropping. As he just prefers the outside, not trying to contend too much with points, obviously. Mitchell Reeves passing. Mark Jackson. Looks like Daniel Smallwood changing paint schemes into that black and orange.
Yeah, very nice paint scheme on that 8. I think it's a Realtree. I could be wrong. Yeah, 8 Realtree car, another John Hendrick paint scheme over top paints and designs. Very beautiful race car for this week.
Yeah, last week we got treated to the all black. Normally a Mark Jackson style all black, but looked real nice. With the I think that was a Realtree product also paint scheme.
Michael's starting to open it up a little bit over Browder. Has half a second lead to complete lap 9 here, or start lap 9 here at Texas.
Yeah, this mile-and-a-half track is we're a little bit singled out through the top 10. We can go try to look around here in a moment for some action, but this is actually a pretty tricky track if you didn't have a setup change. And for iRacers and iRacing fans out there on YouTube, again, thank you. Tons of people showing up. Hopefully I left that link over at Max Speed, noting that we were going to be over here at ASN tonight. So thank you for coming over and joining us. If that link helped you out, let me know. Try to keep in contact with Mr. D'Amico.
And Ronald Klein here battling for, I believe, 8th position there. Got Jeffrey Merck right behind him. Ronald running that Holland line. I'm going to call it here for a second. Now directs back to the bottom in front of Merck. Galgan and Merck side by side behind them. The reason we keep talking about the setup here, folks, is because iRacing didn't load the Texas one into the new tire model. So these guys tonight running the Atlanta setup in Texas.
Yeah, may benefit from a gear change. I don't know exactly if they messed with it too much, but I mean, Atlanta shape similar to Texas, I guess, if you want to call it that. But Ron Klein trying to take his teammate along with him in that 60. Move over here to round Chadwick and Daniels 50-88 side by side. 81. Oh, 81 moves down there in front of Randy Arms. Like, we haven't said much about Randy Arms. Maybe he's just the qualifying. Maybe the sneaky car here tonight, if he can make it through some of the obstacles in front of him. That 83 Browder last week was that talking point. 83 might be that this week.
Cal Bumblebee Chadwick out there running in 13th position, I believe. A lot better run for him than he had at the start of Indy last week. Getting caught up in a lap 2 incident. Is now running T13 as they start lap 14 here at Texas. As we see the 83 go the inside of 81, trying to bring the 88 with him.
Yeah, 83 poking a hole in that air, moving that 81 to the outside. Shulcheski, probably be hearing from him as we enter Watkins Glen next week on ASN. Be helping us out on Thursday. 83 making that move, and now it looks like the 81 is going to get railroaded because there is a line of cars behind him.
Well, that is going on up front. Browder, McSwain, and Jackson have started a train, and they have ran down Justin Michael. They are on the bumper. 0.144 separation between the top two.
At 87, no help out there. I think Aaron Bennett had logged in towards the end of practice, and the 031 has a while to get towards his teammate, at least up front right now. Browder and McSwain used to running around each other for the most part, communicate as far as I know, but good run there to get back up to the 87. Tandem drafting may be a thing here tonight, Panic.
Yeah, especially on these restarts, especially on new tires, you could see that. Working lap 16 here at Texas Motor Speedway. You got to believe the tires are starting to come in now. Justin Michael, Travis Browder, and Zach McSwain, I don't know why, running the top three here as they start lap 17 coming out of 4.
Yep, 99 here to go on the night. We'll see where we are 99 laps later. A different top 5 than what I thought we would have. A couple guys moving into the top 10 area. Some guys falling back. We'll get with them, but the battle for the lead a little bit wound down now. We said 10 laps. It looks like the mark might be closer to 15 for those fresh tires. Or are we seeing that dirty air come into play? You get up to the guy in the lead, and then all of a sudden your momentum and clean air just dissipates.
Yeah, it's like you run into a brick wall without anything being there. You just have to roll out of the car more, drag brake a little more. There's so many things that different people do. A lot of people roll out of it. I personally drag the brake a little bit, which I've come to realize that is wrong in mile and a half. But to tell you what this new package is like, the top 7 cars are 1 second separated from each other, from the lead to 7th.
All right, I'm gonna move back to the 19th spot here. Looking at the 16 machine, fans out wide, almost got in trouble there with the 21 of Needham. 97 of Zotner moves into place there. Maybe these two have a little bit of a bumping history, I think, from a couple of weeks ago, but who's counting? And 97 backs off a little bit.
I was continuing watching this battle. Holland goes past Mark Jackson, 4-6, up at the front.
Yeah, War Machine finding some life. Mark Jackson probably going to have to study behind the old competitor, Daniel Smallwood and Mitchell Reeves. Points contenders just in behind that. Didn't get to talk about points too much. I'll just shout out the top 10 real quick. Justin Michael, Daniel Smallwood, Kyle Chadwick, Randy Arms, Tyler Needham, Mitchell Reeves, Trent Drum, Brandon Thornhill, Judd Danielson, and John Shulcheski. I mentioned points because it is a big deal, actually, as we enter the final weeks here of regular season racing.
Yeah.
Whoa, 0-0. Oh, 0-0 with a right-hand turn. Involves the 73 and one other car, I think the 21.
Yep, was the 21.
Replay coming up here. I don't know, Panic. It looks...
Texas racing.
Texas Racing, but that was a weird right turn, like he was trying to
Oh, he
catch it
clipped
off
the
the
apron.
corner.
Yeah, he clipped the apron in the center of the corner. Yep, James Brown did.
Oh, just shot him straight up out of the corner.
Yeah, he watched it back into the 00, wiggle a little bit, has to chase it up the hill. 21's there, nowhere to go. 73 also involved in that. Looked like he got a piece of it.
Oh yeah, big piece. Not sure if anyone else. John Henderson may have gotten some damage there also. We made it 20 laps there, Penny, so that's a good mark for the start of the race. From what we saw during practice, at least, as we referenced that. I know our fans out there didn't get to see practice like we did, but they were, as I like to say, working out the bugs, hopefully.
Yeah, did you guys see any damage on John Anderson, or did he just slide into that? Because that's what I saw. Oh, too hard on the brakes.
All right, down pit road we go. 87 leading us in. Got box number 3. Gonna have a hard time getting out with some guys late pitting in front of them.
Yeah, routine 4-tire pit stops and fuels for these guys, except for Goggin. I think Goggin's going to have to pull the fender out after that damage on the opening stint there. The 87 will beat everybody off pit road with Mitchell Reeves and McSwain, your top 3.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's go talk to, that 091. Gets out third, running semi-decently up front here. So we'll bring up Zach McSwain in a second, as soon as I find him. And threw around this team speak a little bit. I have the 091 up here with me is Zach McSwain. Qualified 7th there. Got out of pits 3rd, has seen some top 5 running action. What are you feeling out there in that car?
We're okay. Kind of got squirrely there when I think the leader hit the apron there and mushed everybody up, but we got through there pretty clean, and was riding there pretty good in 3rd, so hopefully we can get a good restart here and hang around top 5 here.
Zach, is the car tight or loose or anything?
It's really good for about 15, 20 laps there, and then once that right front starts wearing out, and then you kind of get a little tight, but just back the corner up and should be okay.
All right, striking close to the hour, I guess. But we'll let you get down there with those teammates as we're about 1 to go.
All right, thank you.
Justin Michael making it off pit road. Justin Michael making it off pit road in front of Mitchell Reeves. Zach McSwain, your top 3 here at Texas. We are completed 24 laps. We're under caution with the pace car lights out.
Yeah, just beyond that, Browder, Smallwood, Holland, Jackson, Klein, Arms, Merck. So a little bit of a familiar top 10 as we shuffle through our first pit stop. Some damage to our fast qualifier during that run. We'll have to see if he improves with the pop event feature coming out.
Restarts here should be exciting. So start lap 25 here at Texas.
And there goes that pace car. Justin Michael quick back to it, gets inside the green box, flag down, green flag. Swain gonna have the inside run on Reeves, inside line. Gonna work miracles here early on. I think outside line as Browder.
I think Browder missed a shift. Yeah, he missed something. Maybe he just wanted to get in line.
Yeah, he was hunting the hole.
That was crazy. Looks to the inside of Holland now as they work down the backstretch here. They started into turn 3. McSwain wasting little time jumping to the outside of Justin Michaels. Probably not going to do anything, but we'll see what happens.
It's not Dega as much as these cars are, sucking up to one another at Texas. And you got to have more help than just one other car to go to the outside like that. McSwain making the move, fitting back in front of the 02.
Oh, Holland smacks the fence a little bit, just barely. Falling back to 10th now.
Yeah, slows that outside line down, staying up front. That gives opportunity for Browder, Jackson, Arms. They all move up. McSwain barely holding on to 2nd. Maybe a top 5 car from McSwain here tonight. Let's see if he can break up to that 1st place. Justin Michael looks to, be shutting the door. As we mentioned, top challenger here tonight out front, going to be key.
Yeah, restarts here are treacherous, but you can see the top 5 gets single file very quickly in Texas.
Let these guys get straightened out. Looks like Mitch Reeves moving up towards second. McSwain going to get pushed high. And turn number 2 really pinches Reeves down there. Reeves battles back, choosing a middle line exit. McSwain still steady on that outside. Smallwood now pressuring on the inside portion.
Side draft also a major key in this car. As you can see, Smallwood gets pushed down a little bit there. No harm, no foul, but side draft, just like the regular draft, hard. Got to manage it in these cars.
Yeah, and iRacing likes to throw a few curveballs too. Sometimes it disagrees with you where you're on your track, concurrent to where it thinks it should be. Oh, what a move. Big wreck in the back again. Chris Chief Shaw involved. Yeah, it looks to be a one-car spin here, but I don't know, maybe had help from the 2 machine. Yeah, a little bit of help there from the 2. Not sure if the 05 was that far off pace or the 2 just pushed up out of the corner.
Yeah, it looked like the 05 might have breathed it a little bit to not push the 81 out of the corner, and the 2 wasn't expecting it. Excuse me.
Yep.
Brandon Murray should have a little bit of damage on his car now.
Yeah, nose damage there. I don't know. What would you prefer, Panic? Would you prefer to be spun in that situation and not hit the wall, obviously, or have the nose damage from spinning?
Oh, just get spun around real quick. It's no big deal. Flip a 360, keep going.
Yeah, so it looks like the 05 did hit the wall, unfortunately, in that situation. Maybe backed it into the inside wall. It could be fixed. A little bit of spoiler damage. Some pit stops again. Shorter run that time around. Shout out again to the YouTube community coming over here to ASN here tonight and giving us some great views. And welcome everyone to ASN. If you're not usually here on Thursdays, this is where our Thursday broadcast is. I hope everyone can hit that like button, subscribe, all that cool stuff YouTubers say, and hopefully it's a good show out there. Quite a few laps remaining, 115 the mark to hit tonight.
Couple key moments to hit real quick while we're under this caution. 60 of Jeff Merck, or the 60, excuse me, has a little right front damage. Jeff, not sure where he got it from. Also, West Holland, Brandon Murray, a couple cars on pit road after getting damage from the last restart.
And Holland collecting some wall. Murray, want to say initiator of the caution, but between the 05 and 2 there, who knows what actually happened on track, but it'd take a little bit more diving into the cars and hearing that motor. I think that's a great thing to come up here too. I think Matt's going to pick a car out front real quick for us on this next restart, and we're going to go inside during the restart and see how they accelerate through the first couple laps. I think Matt's talking about the 8 machine. Third place will give us a good view of how Justin Michael jumps the start, if he decides to do so. I know Justin likes to listen, but in recent weeks, and he's going to change it just because I'm saying it, in recent weeks he's done every restart, he'll jump early, but if you get him down to the last few laps or a green, white, checkered, he likes to, wait till the flag drops just to confuse people. Of course he's going to change it up now.
Looking at least 2 more laps under caution here. The lights on the pace car still on as we complete lap 32. So a couple quick cautions here, Jeff. A lot different than Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, I mean, Saturday at Indianapolis, green, white, not green, white, checkered, but green to checkered. Sunday at Indianapolis, what a great run it was, Panic, seeing those guys out there. Almost green to checkered, but then, I don't know, they imploded. so to say. They just got so nervous about those last 2 laps. Quick cautions here as we double up, but you know, I don't know what else to say about it. It's either the green white checkered scenario for us lately, or we find ourselves with short 10 to 15 lap runs.
Yeah, the reason it imploded last week is you got to remember this, and me and you know this. There's 3 weeks left when Indy ended for the regular season. Texas, Watkins Glen, and Daytona, I believe, if I'm mistaken. What's left before the championship round?
Yeah, Glenn. After this, Glenn next week across all 3 divisions, and then Daytona. But you know, after the Glen next week is a drop race, and then we still have Daytona as a points race before we officially get our top 12 out there for the chase. So NASCAR says, I guess those are the correct words: playoffs, chase, how they like to word it.
Boys are running for a championship. So we're gonna go on board with Smallwood here. Do a little crank it up.
Yep. Get in there, turn up that YouTube real quick. Green, 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 and board with Smallwood on this restart. Let's see how he negotiates. All right, well, 1 lap through on board with Smallwood, and boy, he jumped outside. We'll be getting out of the car in just a second, but that was actually, if you weren't inside the car listening, the outside was extremely
Klein on the apron!
He's really slow. He tries to get back up. Klein clogging up that line.
Randy Arms went for the side drive. Klein was there. They both make contact. Klein goes to the apron. Arms keeps going back to 7th now.
Klein fell even further than that, all the way back to 16th place was the 76 machine.
Another thing that I noticed, Jeff, was Mitchell Reeves on that restart was going with Smallwood going into turn 3 and lost the front end of his car all the way back to 5th now for the Mitchell Reeves car.
Yeah, RaceGear.com sponsored O2 machine of Mitchell Reeves. I saw about the same thing. Maybe he just missed corner entry, or maybe wanted to stay out of the fray. It was really hectic up there. I know we were on the inside of the car of the 8 of Daniel Smallwood, who is now pressuring. Well, I say pressuring. This is about as close as we get to see the leaders. If Daniel Smallwood actually takes the lead here.
To Browder going to the inside. Rowdy Browder looking for 2nd, following Smallwood's draft.
Yep, it is that first lead change. Technically, Galgan had it on the start, but Justin Michael with the first lap led. This is the train here. Here goes McSwain. If you want to beat, Justin Michael lately, obviously you got to be in front of him when you finish, but you got to do something on the track. Here's doing something on the track with the setup you have tonight, pressuring the 87 after multiple restarts.
Still an amazement that Ronald Klein hung on to that car.
Yeah, 76 machine, good job keeping track of it. Battle for 3rd position here. McSwain eases the inside. Michael stays with Browder there. Now we get to see the 87 hit that brick wall, and the 18 also.
That allows Mitchell Reeves to come back into this fray, bringing Jeff Merck with him. Apparently that damage not hurting the 60 machine as it looks like on track.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of, what is that, right front like you said. Looks a little bit
splitter
tangled up there.
Yeah, it looks like the splitter's up above the ground a little bit. Justin Michaels passes Router going into 3. McSwain a little loose, no big deal.
Yeah, good recovery. He's testing the waters down there at that bottom. If you get towards that white line too much, you could find yourself facing the other way. Hopefully they found that out during practice and not, solely testing it during the race.
Rather giving Michaels a push down the front stretch here. I don't know if that's the opportune place to do it. I mean, personally, I wouldn't like it down the front stretch because of the kink.
Yeah, a little bit of a kink there on the front straightaway, like Charlotte getting through there. That's probably a no-touch scenario. Oh, McSwain with the touch on the back of the 18. We were talking about that. Bottom rear damage for that 18.
Gonna make him lose 3 positions there, as Merck also looks to the inside of Router. Michael's going back for the lead.
There goes that 87, making the move on Daniel Smallwood. Daniel Smallwood probably looking in the mirror too much at what happened behind him. Where did his draft go? 87 makes a move.
Swain trying to get into this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like he touched the 18 too hard. Maybe just misjudged corner entry there.
Like a file down the backstretch.
Yeah, still fighting him, but it's when they can fight that Daniel Smallwood just not have any help during this exchange with the 87. 87 making some opportune pass right here. The guys 1-2 in points, running 1-2 on the field, battling it out. Every point counts for them, and if they're finishing ahead of one another, that's just more points towards the end of the season you don't have to worry about.
Quick run down here of the top 5 as they work down the backstretch. Just complete lap 44. Justin Michael, Daniel Smallwood, Zach McSwain, Mitchell Reeves, and Jeffrey Murphy top 5. Browder all the way back to 6th. Randy Arm 7th. Oh, Browder did make the pass on Merck, excuse me. Up to 5th, so that moves Merck back to 6th. Randy Arm 7th. Brandon Thornhill is 8th. Nick Zotner in 9th. And Aaron Bennett, like Jeff said, I don't think he qualified. Did he, Jeff?
No, he did not qualify. A very late entry into practice, last couple minutes there.
Oh, wait, 10th for that car.
Again. Yeah. Aaron Bennett doing good. He was the guy that crashed last week. I hate to bring that up for Aaron Bennett's sake. He was the first crash, not the last crash, obviously, at the Indianapolis Cup. But they're trying to make a better run at it this week. Looking good for that 031. Quick shout out to our sponsors. Middle of this race, Abruzzi Racewear USA, your wear your way. Scoops Old Fashioned Ice Cream Shop, Fort St. John, Florida. Support the Troops Truck Series that we normally see here on ASN on Thursday. RaceGear.com, Max Speed TV, Lugnut TV, over the top paint designs. Maybe some quick pitting going on here from one of the Needham brothers. 21 machine, I believe, is Brandon. They're going to have to rethink that number situation next season with the Needham brothers here in the Cup Series. The only time we get to see them being one numerical away. Kind of confusing. Passing going on here with the 68, 60, 97 involved. Some tangling up out of turn 4 right here. Yellow, not where I said it was going to happen. Oh, wow. Big wreck there from the 017. You can't see through that chrome, that shiny chrome. Just looked like he was getting to the back of the 05. Went to make a move, and it did not pay off. Into the 111. Down pit road we go. So most of the leaders did not pit last time around. We'll have to see how this affects some of those guys. Maybe someone tries to make that move and stay out. Daniel Smallwood into a quick box. Rest of the guys will move up towards the front where they qualified. Pit box is assigned by qualifying order.
Smallwood did have the lead here on pit road. Coming onto pit road, see who takes it when they come off pit road here. Routine 4 tire of fuel. It's going to be Smallwood, Michael, McSwain, Reeves, and...
Wow. Justin Michael hit the brake out of that one. I'm not really sure what happened to the 87. Maybe losing the tires too much out of the box?
Could be.
It was really weird. I hope he wasn't going to get caught speeding out of box number 3. He only got to hit one pit road marker there. And he was really hard on that brakes, like he was losing the car. I don't know. He's back to 4th, so he's not going to like the starting position. Let's see here. I'm going to bring up the 60 car of Jeff Merck real quick. We've been discussing his damage, but let's see what he has to say. Jeff Merck up here in the booth with us real quick. We were talking about a little bit of right front damage you may have had. Is that affecting your car any, or have you noticed it?
No, I hadn't noticed anything. I didn't have any damage on, had like a tenth of a second optional earlier, but I don't see any right front damage. Might have a little, I don't know.
That was just from our point of view. Maybe it's just the internet saying you do. 60 machine battling through the top 10 at least so far this evening. How's the car feeling?
It's good. Wish we could get some long runs going. It's very draft dependent. Aero push. They destroyed these cars when they took all the horsepower away from them. But everybody's got the same package. Everybody's got the same, same set. So we'll see what happens. See if we can take this ASN Chevrolet to the, at least on the podium. Maybe get the win. You never know.
Yeah. Good to see the broadcast sponsor out there from the 60. Well, Mark, we'll let you get back to the teammates. Looks like we got the 1 to go signal coming up. Hopefully, we'll see you at the end of the night.
All right, 10-4, guys. Thanks, Matt, for coming over and broadcasting this for us. We appreciate it.
All right, I think Panic's reloading into the server at the moment.
Yeah, little technical difficulties over here on the 14. We'll be back in a second.
All right. So, up 1 to go as Panic loads back in. I know we had some strong storms here in the south through Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, obviously Arkansas, and further across the East Coast. The weather, hopefully everyone made it through there safe. All well wishes out there for anyone involved in those storms. Smallwood going to lead us off into this with Zach McSwain on the outside. 2 teammates on the inside group. Probably going to be a good call out there. 87 4th, Arms up to 5th. Quickly becoming a good talking point, that 83 moving through the field. Smallwood stacks the field towards the green a little bit. Gets to it nice and easy though. McSwain probably did not know that was coming. Justin Michael hard on the bumper of the 091. Looks like Mitchell Reeves quick to second. McSwain squeezes in for third. 2x2. Brown 6th place on backwards. 3 wide move. Chadwick making a move to the inside, at least keeping the inside lane, forcing the 3 machine up. Heavy battling going on. Randy Arms passes the 87 of Justin Michael. Michael back to 5th, squeezes in right in front of Jeff Merck there on that pass. 60 looking for that hole now. Look at Jeff Merck. There's a hole. Gets to the quarter panel. A lot of guys scoot out behind him. Big old movement through the back straightaway. Oh, big wrap. That just happened in a snap out there. That's what I was talking about during practice. Started with the 091 replay coming up here. Not sure what happened. Got below the white, corrects, maybe a little bit of help on 83 on the exit on the way out of that. Tons of cars involved, 16, 4, 091, 05, 18, 57, 20, quite a few others. And that really just, yeah, another replay look here. It really did start with the 091. He barely got below the white line there, got it turning left. 83 not able to capture it in time. Like I said, may have helped him on the way out. Wasn't going to matter either way because the recovery point of the 091 was towards the wall. I don't know. Zach McSwain, probably not the best corner entry he hoped for there. Got below that white line. Tons of cars taken out. We'll get a full rundown of those cars. It's a who wasn't an involved situation yet again. I do see the 97 with a behind the wall. I noted the 4 was involved in that. Looks like Trent Drum. I know people out there rooting for that 12 machine, doing well in points, finds his way through. Ronald Klein may have been involved in some of that, as I think he's on pit road. 05 with extra damage, 20 with some damage there. Tyler needs to keep his points going. Ken Richardson can't find any good luck out there. 33 involved, left side damage on him. Gilmore, not so much, too much damage there. Jeremy Crandall probably destroyed that front end. McSwain's probably done for the evening. That is really modified out there on the 091. All right, quick over to caution cam. We'll be right back on American Sim Network. All right, back here live on ASN. Some quick cautions here in the middle of this race, middle portion of this race. 115, the mark we're trying to hit. Daniel Smallwood, Mitchell Reeves, going to lead us off again. 1-2 this time rather than 1-3. A lot of teammates around there in that top 4. 802, 60 all teammates. 83, Randy Armstrong, going to mix it up here. 87 finally got the inside line again. Green, 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 back to green. Good restart from about the top 5, top 6 cars. Smallwood making it through, 83. Randy Arms really pressing hard for second. Mitchell Reeves hung up on the outside. No help from teammates at this point. Gonna fall back quite a few paces here, the 02. Aero dependent is this car tonight, early on at least. 83 pressing hard. There goes 60 on the inside of 83. Merck to second place. 83 has to choose the outside for his contact. 87 Justin Michael pushing hard on that 60, aerodynamically wise speaking, trying to keep Daniel Smallwood in his sights. Mark doing a good job handling it. We mentioned possible damage. He said no. It still looks like the front splitter there on that 60 a little bit wrinkled. 87 just hit a wall of air or something. He scoots all the way back. '87 finds a hole finally, settles in. Smallwood trying to do back-to-back nights here, Xfinity and Cup Series. Abruzzi Racewear USA Cup Series. You don't know the logo by now, or the saying, Abruzzi Racewear USA, your wear, your way. Go check them out. AbruzziRacewearUSA.com or check them out on Facebook. Randy's back to third. I see we got a fan out there for Randy. He's battling with Justin Michael. Probably the top three guys we've seen of the last couple weeks, 87, 83, 8. You can sprinkle Mitch Reeves in there. He's going to be there at the end of the season for sure based on his points. So really opening it up. Big move there from the 87, getting under the 83. A little do-si-do entering that corner. Exchange of positions. Mark not letting Smallwood go, but not challenging him too much. Let's move back to see what's going on. The 87, 83, 68 in the mix now. There's Brandon Thornhill. Gave him the old announcer's curse last week. Or on Thursday, I think it was. Randy Arms still pressing 87 there. A little bit of straightening it out. Looks like the 87 and 83 are now catching the 60. 60 is going to need help to get past his teammate of the 8 if he tries to do that. Not wondering where Robert Matisa went. Old Panic there had to do a hard reset on his computer. Hopefully get it back online. A little bit of internet connection issues. Any drivers y'all wanted shouted out, looked at. I know we've covered a lot up front and through the middle of the pack. But if they're still on track, we'll try to get them covered. Go ahead and throw out the number of their name out there on YouTube. And 60 of Jeff Merck, almost in the wall. We'll get to them in a timely manner. Smallwood still maintaining that lead. Jeff Merck holding on to second. Here comes Justin Michael, going to make a move to second. Merck really slid that corner. Now we're going back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. Lap car coming up. That was before West Holland. Going to be difficult 3 wide. Merck had to really struggle to get through here on the apex of the front stretch. Wow, good move there from the 6 and 4 to stay off each other. Merck now trying to hunt back towards second place. On the bumper of the 87. 87 throws a big one. Oh, contact. Good hang up from the 87, but he's going to get railroaded. I think I smell future contact, coming up once the 87 gets back towards the front. Boy, oh boy, that was almost nasty. All point contention running there from the 60 and 87. What's the saying? All fair in love and war. Yellow, it didn't happen out front. We'll see it happening in the back real quick. We get a number. For West Holland, around, but the initiating contact wasn't with the 4. Well, that was just a quick roll around there for the 4 machine. Not sure what happened. No, I think the 50, Wes Holland's at the top of the speedway on this replay if we roll it back to the straightaway. Yeah, I saw the 50 come up on corner entry, probably just trying to get a good run in the corner. Doors the 4, and Murray again with contact. Ray Richer had 2 dance partners there during that yellow, incurring some damage. Yeah, 4's probably going to get some fixed damage. We'll probably see a lot of pitting coming up. I think the 50 didn't know really what... I don't think the 50 knew the 4 was there. Not too much damage. Damage is damage, though. Panic's going to be joining us here in a second. Again, once he gets fully ready, he'll go ahead and speak in. But again, down on pit road. Looks like pit road might be a key factor here tonight, too, with these drivers, as long as we keep seeing the yellow.
Yeah, could see 2 tire changes come into effect here. Cannot believe there wasn't a bigger incident with Justin Michael there and the 60 of Jeff Merck.
Yeah, it was an exciting time. 87 really hold on to it. I know you weren't in the booth at the moment, but like I said, I think I see future contact or a future shove.
Yeah, might see guys take 2 tires later on tonight with these, quick yellows. Not really burning the tires off of them.
No, I'm not sure how 2 tires will affect it too much, but if they're in the draft, it shouldn't really matter. Maybe free up, corner exit for a couple laps. We're going to let these guys simmer down at least one more time, maybe get one more interview if allotted before the night ends. We'll check in on that 12. I see Sue out there mentioning the 12 quite often. Thank you, Ms. Sue, for joining us here tonight. I know we switched over from our normal spot, but we still have a ton of viewers out there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. I'm seeing 18 active viewers. As always, I know we're not here on Sundays normally, but if you can, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay tuned at least for the Thursday Truck Series. That notification bell will let you know when we go live on ASN on Thursdays, usually around 8:30 Eastern Standard Time for that trucks to kick off if we're a minute or two later early.
You gotta love how the racing guys work. These 2 guys up front just literally almost had a crash 2 laps ago, and now they're going to be starting first and second.
Yeah, well, maybe not a bump that I was talking about. Maybe this is the thing Justin Michael did, was just, you know what, put it behind me. Is that a good thing? Can drivers do that? As a driver, usually contact initiates a lot of thinking over the next couple laps. Can drivers put that behind them real quick?
I think with this quick caution, that kind of simmers it down. And Merck got on the radio and apologized for it, so that helps out a lot. If it happened and Merck didn't say nothing, and then you keep going the rest of the night, green flag, yeah, that just amps it up even more because you just basically got taken out for no reason.
Yeah, well, here's the time to get heat into those tires. Maybe you see cars left to right here. A lot more tire rubbing going on with the new tire model. After we're about 5 weeks in, I'm still mentioning and saying the new tire model.
Oh, it's a key factor. Maybe not so much in these cars, but I know in everything else in iRacing, it's a key factor. Me and Kyle Chadwick did the BMW 120 this morning, and it took 3 laps for that thing to finally figure out what was going on because of the new tires.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see what tires were taken. I'm not sure Justin Michael would have taken 4. Maybe just had a great, or not 2, but probably just had a great pit stop with 4 tires. Pace car lights out. There goes that pace car heading towards pit lane. we would talk about pit lane entry a little bit more if they get some green flag laps in. 87 quick to the box and gets back to the green flag. Smallwood trying to sneak in. 60 really holding up the outside line. Randy Arms looked like he wanted to dive in. 02 Mitchell Reeves taking that spot. Leaves the hole for his teammate.
Top 5, 6, 7 cars go single file very quickly. As soon as I say that, here comes Smallwood to the bottom with a push from Burke.
Big crash. Aaron Bennett involved. Aaron Bennett was initially around. Replay coming up here with the 031. That's where I saw it start at. Oh boy.
Seen that a lot last night in the Xfinity car. Didn't think it was possible in this thing.
It looked like what you were trying to explain how the Xfinity car did last night.
Yeah, did not think it was possible in this Cup car. He just flat out loses it down the backstretch.
That is really going to kill Aaron Bennett. 2 weeks in a row crashing.
He gets murdered by the 50, the 33, the 16, the 20 all pile in, 21 piles in.
Boy, Tyler Needham needed points. Aaron Bennett needed points. Ken Richardson continues the long-suffering season. 33 involved. You know, we keep seeing these close calls out front. Is that really checking the back of the field there?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's an accordion effect, just like Talladega, Daytona. And that 20 took a hard hit, nowhere to go. Ow.
Good camera angles out there from Matt Egan. Mostly on cams here tonight, allowing me and Panic to continue our normal banter on Sunday evenings. Thank you for everyone for joining us. Saw us top out at 20 active viewers at one point. Really loving the support on Sundays. Thank you very much, people. Don't think we're going to see some pitting out there. Maybe some, further back. EOL's being handed out. 33, the only one of that group so far behind the wall. I'm sure we'll see a few more as they head towards pit road.
Also, a car not mentioned was also involved in that was the 81 of John. I can't pronounce his name.
Shilcheski. I know he goes back and re-watches. Like I said, we'll be hearing a lot from John on ASN on Thursdays coming up at the Glen next week. You may not like road course racing. Cautions will not be turned on at the Glen as usual, I think, during the loose Lugnuts. So caution free next week for sure.
Yeah, definitely guaranteed to go green and checker in all 3 series.
Yeah. No incident limit. Usual incident cap. If you're not familiar with the way iRacing hands out incident points based on contact damage, facing the wrong way through the grass, that type of thing. So 15 incident limit cap through the 3 series normally. All that's gonna be washed away. Cautions, incidents. You won't have to worry about that, but you will see a big distinction next week of road course racers and non-road course racers.
So don't let that distract you either. Just because we ain't got cautions and ain't got no extras limits, that race is going to be exciting. The official series was there a couple weeks ago. These cars get really light going up through the S's, and everybody's going to think they can floor it through there. You may see a big one early at the Glen going up through the S's.
Yeah, I mean, that's real old school thinking about it, getting towards that tight little right-hander, like you mentioned, the S there. If you think you got more speed than what you should go through there, you can find yourself looking at your competitor real quickly.
Yeah, remember, also, these cars have no ride height rule in iRacing, so the rumble strips could also be a big deal next week. Hit those, bounce the car, how these things get in the air on the road courses, bounce it on the splitter, there you go, now you got 30 seconds of damage.
A lot of key factors to look at next week, and we're mentioning next week as we pace around here for a reason, because there's a drop race coming, and it's going to be
There's also a storm coming, but that's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, Daytona being that storm. Boy, we got some great racing here tonight left, and great racing in the future here at Loose Lugnuts. Pace car lights are out. I see the word TD out there. Trent Drum, I'm assuming, and I have to look up under here at my TV to see if there was a touchdown scored. Well, no, they're talking about 14th place for Trent Drum at the moment. I see him up to 11th as the scoring loop. We'll change that up momentarily. Shout out for Reeves there. Obviously the number 8. Shout out from his family members and race fans out there. 87 has the inside on this restart finally. Well, I say finally, he had it last time too, but quick to caution. Green, green, green. Wow, Justin Michaels stacked it up. Throws that usual curveball. I see a lot of people checking there. Having to get off one another's bumper. Boy, that 87 likes to throw a random slow start in there, doesn't he?
Hey, Smallwood's going to massively side draft them. They work their way off at turn 2 here. Not at the speed. If they're up the speed, I say that could be treacherous. But the cars will be up to speed now as they enter turn 3. Still hard with the side draft as Jeff Merck gives Michael his push down the backstretch.
Smallwood, Jeff Merck teammates there. Maybe looking for a spot. Smallwood not so much right there. 60 has him edged out by just a bit. That could be bad for that 8 machine of Daniel Smallwood. 83 there might be able to pick up a few spots. There's still 2x2. Chadwick Reeves. Merck pushed out of that corner.
A lot of cars pushed off that corner.
Not a lot of pitting going on there. That Smallwood pushed to the outside.
Oh, Chadwick and Thornhill tag. Chadwick in the middle, clipped that apron. Has seen it all night. No harm, no foul. 85
running through the grass there real quick. Still some 2x2 action there around Mitch Reeves. Like I said, with no tires, I think they all thought, you know what, this is a caution. Did I pit or did I not pit? I think they sent it like a pit.
Merck working hard on the side draft for Mitchell Reeves for 3rd position. See Arms trying to run down Michael.
Well, if there's a guy that can do it, at least over the long run, to challenge Justin Michael. Justin Michael, one of the better long runners here, based on, per lap. Randy Arms can equal that. He's got ahead of Mitch Reeves 1, 2, 3 points, so to say. Seems to be about that mark, throwing Kyle Chadwick, obviously, who's in 3rd place in points. Randy Arms still trying to make up positions, but a lot of point potential. 1 point, like I said, could make the difference.
Yeah, Kyle right now running in 7th, 3rd place in points. But having a very quiet night, which I know for him, really wants it. Got into it there a little bit with Thornhill, but no harm, no foul. We're still green. They work lap 82 into turn 4.
Richardson rolled the bottom there, collecting laps and positions.
Arms going to look on Michael, and they go down into 1.
Yeah, got some help. Shulcheski on the outside. A little bit of a scary spot right there real quick. Randy Arms almost gets to the inside. Justin Michael let him have it for about a half a lap too. Just rolling that outside to the corner.
Man, if you slip up at all, you drop 3 positions and just in the way. You see Daniel Smallwood had to check up a little bit from Merck there, and now got Thornhill inside of him. Everybody go back single file.
A lot of fighting panic out here. They're single file at the moment, but they step out as quickly as anyone.
Yeah, the way they fight, you think they had 32 laps to go here. Arms is trying so bad to get to Michael. Gonna try again on the inside down the front stretch here.
Justin's practically giving it to him. Justin, obviously prefers the long run too, like a lot of our drivers here. But gift wraps the inside to him, says if you got it, go ahead.
Yeah, remember, this is lap 85, not lap 105. He won't be doing that then.
Yeah. Mitch Reeves now collecting the inside of the 87. 87 feels like he can battle back up. If it stays green, obviously. He's done some good maneuvering on pit road. Mark dives down there. Smallwood there. Not a lot of help there for the 87.
Look what happens though when these cars get side by side. They were all strung out. Now the top 7 under a blanket. They go into 3.
Mitch Reeves' middle line almost pushed on corner entry. Gets that car down low. Not sure. No, he didn't push off at turn 4. That was good maneuvering there from the 0-2.
You know, any of this. Oh, he's going to go to the inside. Top of 3. Woo. Thought they were going to go 3 wide. Michael thought better of it.
Yeah, Justin Michael probably backed out of that, allowed Mitch Reeves to get the inside of 83.
It's amazing in these new Cup cars, Jeff. You know as well as I do. The Xfinity in the truck, you get guys battling for second side by side, and the leader says, all right, I'll go to lunch. Here, doesn't happen. The guy battling side by side runs up on the leader.
Yeah, that is for sure. Oh, Randy Arms, maybe a little bit of bump from Jeff Merck there. Was running sort of a middle line. That front straightaway, I was going to mention that last time where I almost stepped on you, was just, you know, coming off that little Charlotte-esque front straightaway into turn number 1. That's where you mess up side by side.
Yeah, everybody forgets there's a kink there. And you know, it's the flattest part of the circuit, and they think they can go 2. We've seen 3 wide sometimes, and it doesn't work out 80% of the time. Mitchell Reeves, Jeff Merck, Randy Arms, top 3, Daniel Smallwood, Justin Michaels, top 5, all in this blanket right here.
Justin Michael wants to make a move. He's trying to use momentum to get back there, as the guys did to catch him. Randy Arms middle, not Randy Arms, but Jeff Merck there with the middle entry. It seems the thing to do is the door draft someone going into the corner.
And I don't know if they can keep this up for another 26 laps.
Yep, 26 laps away from the finish, lap 90 around the speedway. 16 machine over the wall, calls it a night. I think he may have blown it up on the bottom trying to pace around.
Mitchell Reeves trying to get out of Dodge. It's not going to happen, but he's trying.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get away from, you know, a Justin Michael, Daniel Smallwood dominated race, have a guy between you and them and try to gain some time. But last time Justin Michael made any type of gap, the guys ran him down with draft.
See Thornhill looking to the inside of Michaels. They work down the back. Arms to the inside of Smallwood. Falls back in line. Michael way up high, out of the groove. Can't believe that thing stuck.
And Randy looked like he made a half block attempt to get the 68 an opening there. 68 now still battling with the 87. Thornhill, Michael there. Michael already saw a big swing in points. Finished still top 10, but they were so under a blanket in points on Thursday. Yeah, if you saw that black smoke, that was from the 50. But those points, you can finish 5th place, but the guy in second finishes first, you're down 4 to 5 points.
Jared Daniels calling it a night as the motor expires on that 50 machine. And Michael not having the same car he did a minute ago, Jeff, falling back like a rock.
Yeah,
I wonder if he took 2 tires.
He could have took 2 tires. I know most of
he got turned!
It looked like Chadwick, I'm going to say Chadwick officially didn't make contact on the monitor, but, you know, iRacing and their whole deal said they did.
Yeah.
That's my initial call.
Little, hey, I'm here, don't do it again.
Chadwick really to the bumper, that 87. I think you're right there, Panic. I think the 87 definitely probably took 2 tires and then didn't pit during that quick caution.
Oh, he's got it, because that thing is not sticking to the bottom at all.
No, he's suffering. He got back up towards the front, but maybe he thought, you know, they were going to run a quick caution.
He started as the leader, I think, with round 40 to go, Jeff, and now is all the way back to 7th.
Well, there goes the 87 so far. You know, obviously, he'll probably end up in a better picture, hopefully, over the next 21 laps.
Yeah, if he took 2 tires, it's a major bad line, and even if he gets a caution and takes 4, there's no guarantee you're going to work through these 6 cars.
Yep, falling like a rock as the 87 Judd Danielson passed him from position there. That's position number 7 to Judd Danielson. He was talking about points. Judd hoping for some extra points here inside the top 10 with that new paint scheme from Over the Top Paints and Designs. Go check them out on Facebook. Best paints on iRacing.
Yeah, that Abruzzi Racewear, your way. Camaro running 7th. Definitely a lot better night than he had last week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was there. I think he was one of those guys that got in the tussle of the three green-white checkers, unfortunately for that 85. 87 still looking for something, but Judd moving up forward, maybe going to stick with the 87 a little bit, try to get some aero help. I don't know if that 85 can catch the 88 with that big of a gap in between them.
Who also put a gap right now is Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell Reeves has a half a second lead over Mark, who has 0.2 over Smallwood, in top 3 right now. But that don't mean nothing. These cars, you watch it a couple laps, Mark will be there.
Man, Merck's going to be there. He just has to hook up with his other buddy of Smallwood to get back to Mitch Reeves. Maybe a little bit last second move there to get to the front. I don't know if we got to worry about fuel or not, Panic. I imagine 30, 35 laps, mile and a half, a good safe number to assume. We went back green around lap 78, I think, and we may have to worry about that number.
Yeah, that's around 40, so you never know. You never know how these races work. You know, last week we thought we'd go green to checker, ended up as a major pileup at the end of it, so could come down to fuel, could come down to just racing. Not too sure on the fuel mileage in these cars tonight. Did not make any runs to check that out, but usually, like you said, about 35 to in between 35 40 max. So
Mark getting back towards that leader, 3/10 now over the last lap or two. We'll check back in. Let's see if we can't find some action on the speedway in these waning laps as everyone
15
tries
to
to
go.
avoid the 81. No, they're pretty much single filed out here. Yep. Arm Smallwood, that's 83.8, maybe with a pass here.
Smallwood running right on that center cut line. See it upsets the car.
Ooh,
Way
wow,
upsets
he
the
pushed
car.
it.
Yeah, all the way back. He's got to lose him 2 positions here. As Arms is Thornhill get around him. Chadwick now looking.
Yeah, Chadwick didn't get there quick enough. Smallwood shuts the door on the position for now, but it looks like Smallwood may be floating back here. Chadwick goes to the inside. Shuts the door. The 8 shuts it again.
That's such a hard thing to handle too. If you're the 88 in the car in front of you, shuts the door like that, it takes all the air off your nose and the car just goes straight to the fence.
Yeah, not so much this time. 88 probably signaled pass with his nose, but Daniel Smallwood probably didn't want to see that and shut the door the last couple laps. Now they don't do the same thing. Now they're looking to do the same thing again. Here goes the 88. 8 gives them more room. All about momentum here.
Oh yeah, definitely. You gotta wonder if the 8 took two. You don't know because there ain't no telemetry for it if these guys took 2 tires or not. I guarantee the 87 did. I don't know about the 8 though.
Well, you know, I would say yes. We saw Smallwood out front early, but who knows with dirty air, tire model, anything could have happened. Maybe we're not seeing the correct damage pattern for that Real Tree 8. I think Matt said in our ear that Mark Jackson may have been pitting. One of the Needhams may have
Tyler
been pitting.
Needham, the 20 car.
Oh, well, that's a points contention move right there. 20 trying to probably make up some spots. I know he was damaged. 25 laps down. Gonna make up at least 2 more spots, I think, for Tyler and finish around 18th place.
Flagman's got 2 handfuls up, 10 to go in Texas.
Well, I actually didn't see the 02 this far out in front, or probably at the lead. I thought he was a good top 10 car, but you know, race conditions as they are and stuff that happened on the track now finds the 02 out in front by a large margin, or at least one of the larger margins we've seen this evening.
Yeah, the problem with Mitchell, though, is he keeps catching traffic at the wrong areas, and that's just making that car wash up the hill. Or maybe it's his line. I'm not too sure, actually, because he's not on the bottom.
Maybe rolling the center of the corner more than what we've seen. 60 of Jeff Merck and Randy Arms. Randy Arms is using Jeff Merck. Maybe Jeff's not pushing as hard as he could to get to the 02, but Randy Arms is sure pushing that 60 machine, trying to get back to the 02. '18 pitted. Daniel Smallwood may be pitting. Jared Daniels, that is the 50 machine. I thought he lost his motor, may be pitting. Well, Panic, I know that I discussed this a lot with other people, including Matt. I'm not a fan of pitting with less than 10 to go. It just doesn't seem like a smart move. You can't make up enough time on track if some people do the same thing or have pitted previous to you.
Yeah, if everybody's got a pit here, I don't know if they do or not, but if everybody's got a pit, I'm running that thing till it says 0.1 left on it. Like it's stumbling coming down pit road, because you never know what could happen. His arms looks to the inside of Merck down the front stretch here.
You know, maybe that 87 smelt something out before we knew. Maybe it's not two tires. Maybe it was a fuel strategy. 02 still leads us by a large portion. The largest portion we've seen time-wise across the track. Randy Arms has actually gotten by the 60 machine. 02 pitting. Leader down pit road, new leader Randy Arms.
So they did need fuel, Jeff. 5 to go.
Yeah, I'm not really cool with the whole 5 to go pitting. That just adds too much imbalance to the equation.
Yeah, I think they're all going to run out. I could be wrong. Maybe Merck and Arms saved enough. They're definitely not pitting here.
Randy Arms stays out, like you said. 87 staying out, but he's still not, you know, as fast as the rest. Still probably 3/4 throttle at the moment for that 87 machine of Justin Michael. Reeves back up on the speedway. I show him 11th. I'm sure that he's going to get up to speed and probably be in front of Randy Arms. He's actually got to fight Randy Arms. Get that dirty air on the 83.
Merck falling back to the clutches of Thornhill and Chadwick. Ready to go. Oh, Merck's losing it!
Merck in the wall. No yellow.
Can't believe he saved that car.
Now, a lot of saves and non-saves, and I'm sure a lot of guys had that close attempt at saving and didn't save it, but Jeff Merck there with it. He's going to lose a lot of time with, you know, now official damage on that car that he can feel. Yep.
So Randy Arms working his way into turn 3 here. Hopefully he has enough. Thornhill and Chadwick, your top 3. They come to the white flag.
Last lap presented here by Over the Top Paints and Designs on ASN. Mitch Reeves probably way too far back and all that thing to make up a full lap on the 83. 83 looks to have a little bit left in the tank. I'm going to see if he wiggles. I think he's got enough momentum to at least finish the race on the lead lap to 83. Out of fuel maybe? No. Still hard on that throttle, 170 miles through the corner. Yep,
it's going to be Arms.
Flag, Randy Arms.
Chadwick got second on Thornhill. Thornhill out of gas coming off of 4.
Well, Thornhill still had a great race, third. At least got it to it. Panic's going to run down for those lead lap cars and whatever, and I'll get these guys set up for some interviews.
So finishing order here at Texas, Randy Arms, Kyle Chadwick, Brandon Thornhill, Daniel Smallwood, Mark Jackson, Jeffrey Merck, Justin Michaels, your top 7. 8th with Jeff Gilmore, 9th with Judd Danielson. Good run for the Abruzzi Racewear car. 10th for Ronald Klein, Chris Shaw is 11th. Looks like Mitchell Reeves is 12th, and Trent Drum will round out your lead lap cars at 13th. John Henderson, the first car, 1 lap down at 14th. Travis Browder, 15th. 16th for Ray Richer. Jeremy Crandall starts of everybody that left this evening is 2 laps down at 17th. John Sosneski, 18th. Tyler Needham, Jared Daniels, Ken Richardson, Aaron Bennett, Topper Dugas, Brandon Murray, Wesley Holland, Zach McSwain, Trey Galgan, Nick Zutner, Brandon Needham, Gene Rogers, Andrew Ferguson, and James Brown, your top 32 here at Texas. As the fireworks start going off.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and get the winner up here and talk with Randy Arms. Probably needed this big boost for points with a win heading into Watkins Glen next week, but still at Texas right now. That 83 scoring key win towards the end of the regular season. How do you feel?
Well, it feels pretty good. We really wasn't the fastest car there, but I was able to play the strategy at the end and I ran out right at the line, so we just had enough.
Yeah, that 83, I mean, just enough is, anything. Third win in the Cup side of things so far. So that's 3 bonus points to you going into the chase. Obviously, if you make it through the next 2 weeks. But just assuming so, 3 bonus points to you. That puts you up second, ready for playoff contention. You had a little bit of help. You saw some Thornhill in the mirror. You had some good teammate help tonight. Anyone you want to thank for this great win?
Yeah, I want to thank Brandon, and I also worked with Smallwood and Mitch and Merck there as well. We was all kind of on the same strategy there. And I just want to thank Toyota. I want to thank the league for putting on the races, and I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast tonight.
All right, Randy. Well, quick question. How are you at road courses?
I think I'm pretty good there. I'm not the best at the Glen. I like Sonoma and the Roval better, but I think we'll still do all right.
All right, Randy. Well, we'll see you going into next week at Watkins Glen.
Thank you.
All right, second up on the board with our second place finisher is Panic and Chadwick.
Kyle, Bumblebee Chadwick, got a copy?
I do.
Man, how did you take second tonight? Because you were about mid-pack all night.
I just started saving under caution before that last run started, and I barely saved enough to make it.
Where did you run out?
Ran out just across the line about turn 1, turn 2.
How did the car handle tonight? It seemed like it was real sticky till about 15 laps in on the tires. How'd your race go out?
It handled great in the beginning. Halfway through, it would be real loose off the first lap or two. And on that last run, I went into turn 2 or turn 4, and I just plowed. Like out of nowhere. I thought I was done.
Yeah, seeing you make that save on Thornhill. How you feel going into Watkins Glen?
I feel pretty good. Not going for a win, but hopefully come out with a top 10 and a clean car.
Oh man, great run tonight in the 88 Hertz Bumblebee Camaro. Anybody you want to thank before I throw you out of here?
Thanks, Team Chevy, and thanks for ASN for broadcasting tonight.
All right, man. Thanks. Good luck at Watkins Glen.
Thank you.
All right. Last up on the podium here is Brandon Thornhill. Not talking to him during the race, giving him the old announcer curse. I think it helped you better here tonight rather than Thursday, Brandon. Ran out almost second place, but still third place podium finish.
Yeah, I got a little greedy on the white flag. I thought I could run Randy down, and I should have just saved. If I'd have saved for one more corner, I think I'd have had enough to make it.
Yeah, a lot of fuel strategy out there going on based on all that. It's still a good run for your teammate there, Randy Arms. A good run for yourself. I know. Just looking real quick, maybe you're pushing. Yeah, you're really pushing up towards the top 5 right now in points. You may succeed towards a top 5 points run at the end of the regular season. Still got the Glen to go, and Daytona, but we'll got to get to the Glen first. How is your road course?
Well, I've been doing a lot of practice for the 24 hours. I've been practicing about 2 hours a day for the 24-hour race. I'm hoping maybe that'll carry over for me. So we'll see. Yes, has not been my strong suit. I've done plenty of road course days on a motorcycle, but you can't apply that to this. I've learned that the hard way.
Yep, that it is. Well, Brandon, go ahead and thank those people that you need to for that third place.
Just give a shout out to the Misfits guys, Murray and Randy and Zach and everybody that's helped me out. Ronald Klein, John Hedrick, you guys, the usual.
All right, Brandon. Well, great job, third place, gaining some more points in the Cup side of things, and good luck at Watkins Glen next week.
Thank you, man. You have a good one.
Well, big shout out, incredible large shout out here to Matt Egan on ASN for coming in here for Mr. D'Amico. Usually like we are on max speed, but tonight on ASN, covering up for Mr. D'Amico after some heavy workload there. Got him down and used up. So probably be back next week on max speed. But like I said, huge numbers out here on ASN. Panic, quick word from you before we head on out. What do you think we're looking at next week?
I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody here at Loose Lugnuts ASN and all the sponsors that take care of us every weekend and week out. Also want to apologize for my computer doing a lockup halfway through the race. That kind of sucked, but you know how it goes. Can't wait for Watkins Glen, man. I think with this series and these cars, it's going to be a very different kind of race. Definitely excited for that one. Road course racing, heartbreaking, hard, loose cars. You're going to see a lot of spins out in the S's, a lot of spin outs in the carousel. It's going to be something you haven't seen in a while. Also, at Watkins Glen, if you're trying to make a move on somebody down that back straight and clip their grass just a little bit, that's also another way to go for a ride with no ride heights in these cars.
All right, a lot of things. You can catch all the action here on ASN starting Thursday with the trucks. Xfinity and Cup side should be back over to Max Speed TV for that time at the Glen. As always, a quick thanks to our sponsors. Main sponsor here tonight, Abruzzi Racewear USA. Your way. Scoops Old Fashioned Ice Cream Shop in Fort St. John, Florida. Support the Troops Truck Series with ASN there on Thursdays, as mentioned. RaceGear.com, Max Speed TV, Lugnut TV, over the top paints and designs. So again, thank you everyone for coming out, and as always, stay safe out there.